Also tonight, the teenager accused in the savage beating of Josie Lou Rattley will not be getting out of jail anytime soon. Wayne Treacy's attorney was fighting to get the 15-year-old released, but Local 10's Roger Losey joins us live now from the Broward County Jail, and that's where the teenager is still being held.
Lori, we can tell you that here in the courthouse, the judge is in the process of putting his ruling in writing as we speak. You know, it really would have been a landmark decision if he had granted bond for Wayne Treacy, but one based on a recent decision by the U.S. Supreme Court.
Wayne Treacy broke down in tears even before the judge ruled against him. His bid for bond was a long shot, but armed with a recent ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court, Treacy's attorney argued that his teenage client should be released because the high court now says teens charged in non-homicide cases can't be sentenced to life in prison.
Based upon that, then that standard of being prohibited for bond does no longer apply to him, and that's why I asked for a bond.
The emotional 15-year-old sat slumped in his chair for most of the hearing. He's charged with attempted first-degree murder in the brutal beating of Josie Rattley back on March 17th at Deerfield Beach Middle School after she sent him a derogatory text message about his older brother who had committed suicide months earlier. In court today, we learned that Treacy put on his brother's clothes, jewelry, and steel-toed boots after receiving Rattley's message, rode 3 miles to the school and nearly stomped her to death. A forensic psychologist testified that Treacy suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder from finding his brother's body that day and depression, and he's riddled with guilt over the permanent brain damage that Rattley sustained.
He feels, in my opinion, tremendous remorse over what's happened. He's extremely depressed over the circumstances, and he frankly can't believe he did it.
Well, prosecutors argue that because Treacy's had no counseling in jail whatsoever, he could snap again if he's released. But the judge didn't mention that in his ruling. He said that, basically he said that even though Treacy may not be eligible for life in prison if he's convicted, that he is still charged with a crime that in Florida does carry the penalty of life in prison. Quite frankly, this would have been a bold move for any district judge to make, and a politically risky one as well. The judge even acknowledged in court that this is a decision that the appellate courts should probably hash out. And Lori and Calvin, we can tell you that that's exactly where this issue is headed.
Sure, state law has been conflicting with federal law on this, but the judge has ruled for now. Roger Losey in Fort Lauderdale, thank you.